we'll just, okay.
All right.
Got it. Okay, there we go. All right, so let's start over here and do the introduction. You just won't be able to see it as well. Okay, so this is a learning experience for us. Welcome to HarvestHill Acres. We are a fiber farm in central Minnesota. We are half an hour or so south of the Twin Cities and 40 minutes north of Rochester. We have a flock of about 80 CBM Romadale sheep. We have a couple garden llamas, you know, the range of cats, dogs, and chickens, and one Angora rabbit. Everybody around here has a job to do, so even the rabbit gets pulled into fiber yarn. Collection here, this barn, this yarn store is attached to the barn. Occasionally you might hear some chickens clucking or a sheep getting angry because it's feeding time. And but we're going to run through, and I have a lot of things, so I just wanted to just go over a couple things. I am a shave 'em to save 'em provider. If that's something you're interested in, then let me know if you place an order, and I will make sure I put a sticker in there. How we're going to handle sales, I think the easiest way might be to go to the HarvestHill Acres Facebook page. On the Facebook page, there's an album, and you can just shop from the album, include your, or DM me your email address so I can invoice you through PayPal. For now, I guess I'll say that publicly because I'm not sure there's an easier way to do it. And all the pictures are in that album. And if I have time tonight, I'll also add another couple pictures so it actually shows up on my feed. If you have any questions, just feel free to message me personally on the farm Facebook page. Then I will try to get everything mailed out on Monday or Tuesday. We have a lot going on this weekend, a couple fiber sales. We have open house for our Chamber of Commerce. Tonight is knit night for the local group. So it's a busy weekend, but I think I can get stuff out Monday or Tuesday. The other thing you should know is I don't have color lots. Everything here is natural color. The sheep we have come in various colors. Their colors change year to year, just so I don't have color lots, I have sheep lots. So basket is a different sheep, and every sheep has a name and a weight and the price on the tag, which will show you. So we are gonna go kind of quick because I have a lot of stuff. There's just very few lots of yarn that I don't have a lot of. So if you're in the mood to sweater knit, this is the place for you because I just got a bunch back from the mill. So if you buy 10 skeins or more, I will go ahead and give you a 10% discount on that. We also have other farm made projects here that I will also go over briefly. And that is because we try not to let anything go to waste here. So we're going to start with the very popular feed sack bags. So I am not going to spend a lot of time on this because I'm sure you want to see the fiber, but pretty much now even the neighbors save bags for me. So this is, we have cats, dogs, llamas, alpacas, horses, sheep, goats, dogs, bunnies, cats, chickens. These are fully lined. They have a very sturdy belt. They're $25. And what I'll do is if there's an animal in particular, because like with some of them, I have varying different kinds. I will just take a picture and send you what I have and you can pick. We also have some wild bird seed bags. We have deer feed. We have some barns. And then we have even a bison, even though this is more North Dakota, but South Dakota still, there's bison there. I've seen them. Okay, then over here, because my cameraman is also my husband, and he contributes a lot, but this is his little crafty thing. We have antler buttons, very natural looking. We have deer. We have elk from a neighboring farm. We also have reindeer, which are from a friend of mine that has reindeer, and he makes knife handles out of his reindeer antlers, but then gives me the scraps to make buttons with. Then we're gonna hit this table. And we have animal masks. We have flower masks. We thought these would go away, but it looks like they're not. So they're $5 each. You buy 2, you get 1 free. We have chickens, cows, llamas, sunflowers, daisies, chickens, cows, sheep, of course. We also have a couple different kinds of note cards. These are all, a friend of mine is a very great photographer. She is very gracious with her talents. She takes pictures of my sheep and I make things with it. So we even have the cat in the box set. It's a box set. This is one of our guards, Millie. It's a gift box with a box of 12 different scenes from the farm and fiber for $23. And we also have these cute little thank you cards with a 2-pack of 5, a 4-pack of $8. Then we'll go to knitting kits, and I have a couple of those. I have just knitting kits. I'm working on some crochet, but this is the North Star cowl. Again, all yarn is from fiber here at our farm. So this kit is $34. Everything, including the pattern, is included in this. Then we will go to the very popular bobble hat. So I have different kits. I have, with permission from Donna Smith, so I buy my patterns from her using my wool and make these kits. So the kits are $40 singly. If you buy 3, they're $110. So I have mitten, which is right here, and I have the cowl, and I also have the hat. So you have enough yarn for the item in the pattern you buy, and also for a pom-pom if you need it for your hat. Going back to nothing gets wasted around here. We have dryer balls made from scraps. You get 2 balls in a pack. They're $15 with this cute little bag, and that's a great gift. Then more scrap. I started doing this because I have a lot of quilter friends, so I can make quilt bats out of our scrap yarn. But then I've also started covering some of them because it's almost Christmas. So the covered ones are with muslin, and these are really nice. I've actually had some people buy 2 because she's starting her Christmas. So we have a lap quilt. I have 1 queen in stock. I can make a king, but that would take a little bit longer. And so you would just order those. And then there's also cheesecloth. So this next is, it's all worsted. So I'm just gonna let my husband scan the group. It's all the color. It's a lot of colors, but they're 250 yards. They're $27, and you can see their names, and it's all 3-ply. I do most of my yarn in 3-ply. So because I think it really, with this typical fiber, it just fluffs it up. And once you block it, it's even fluffier and it's extremely soft. I don't have any scratchy sheep. I can admit that. If they were scratchy, they would probably be in the quilt bats, but I have their micron range done every year on the newer animals. And this is the newest batch sitting on this table. I'll show you some other things I have. But I just wanted you to know that these are kind of like an off-white. There is some browns with grays. There is a copper brown with Crosley. Annie Oakley is a very dark brown. Bazooka over here in the back is a really nice gray. And then we have Bronx, which is a very nice cream color. Okay, heading over to the other group. Oh, wait. And this, we forgot about this. I have some coarse spun, no corn, from one of our llamas. It is cotton coarse spun llama fiber around it. It's a yard for $5 and a pound for 80. And people have bought this for making weaving and rug yarn. Now we'll go over here, and this is very popular. So you can see how soft my yarn is that people have made. This is from one of the knitters at Knit Night. The yarn here is, this is Piglet and Angel. It's a blend. And we have made baby sweaters and mitts out of this one. And I just got a new batch of that one. I have this, which is Annie Oakley and a bulky. So you want to start making your outerwear very dark brown. This is Aaron. He's one of our rams. It's kind of a creamish gray with a little bit of dark highlight black. And then, like I told you earlier, nobody gets out of this. So this is one of the sheep plus our Angora rabbit Darla. This is a 3-ply sport. And it is $27 for 200 yards. And we're going to scoot over to fingering. And so all of this is fingering. For the most part, they are 300 yards. They're $34. And I will just kind of ramble off their names and their colors. So we have Airy, who is just kind of a beigey color. We have Clevelandy, who is kind of a grayish brown, more gray than brown, very soft. Crosley is a copper color. This is her, you'll see numbers after the fleece names, and that is the year the fleeces were done, because like I said earlier, some of their fleeces change colors just ever so slightly, sort of like a dye lot, every year. So I have started putting the year. Chickadee, this is a really nice gray. Aaron is kind of this very crimpy, beigey brown. I hear this yarn is really good for any kind of dyeing. I have a couple friends that do natural dyeing and really like that. This is Batty. She's got she's really an annoying sheep. She always tries to bite you when you're not paying attention, but she makes really great yarn. And I have to say, she is probably annoying because she's one of my favorites. And so she gets lots of cookies. This is Willow. She's one of the darkers. This is actually a smaller skein. When I first started doing this, I was doing smaller skeins. So this is 250 yards for $30. And she's a dark brown. Then we have Babe, and she is kind of a grayish, kind of with some dark highlights. And Annie Oakley, again, you see Annie Oakley is one of the original sheep. Her fingering only 2-ply, and it's 370 yards. I only have 3 of these left, and those are 34. And then there's Biggio, who is really, really, really soft for a gray. It's a fingering, and he's one of our rams. Then we're going to switch over here. And this is the DK pile. But before we start DK, one of our neighbors has Angora goats. So I have some of her mohair roving, little small packs, 2 ounces for $5. She's just starting into her fiber adventure. So we all try to like to help each other out here because we're kind of in the middle of nowhere. And then if you wanted to see, this is another one of those bats. These are the queen bats. This is actually a quilt ready to go. And then all of this with some behind me, DK. And so I'm going to do this real quick because we're halfway. So there is, you'll see some of the same names. Again, you'll see the numbers are different because I try to each year do a different group of animals that, so I can see how their different weights look. And then I can decide what I want to do the next year. So these are Bazooka. She's kind of a grayish brown. You've seen Bronx already. She's very kind of a cream color. Oksana is very soft and a very kind of light brown, but I only have 4 of these. So just know that. And then some of our weathers, they have very popular yarn. So right now I only have 3 of Cedric left and 1 of Camden. So these are smaller skeins, 150 yards for $22. But again, they're all 3-ply. And you have Angel, 19, probably the most annoying sheep at the farm. She's very spoiled. She was the first one born here, and she had a few little health issues. She got spoiled, and she doesn't let us forget it. So this is Whisper. She's a grayish brown. We got Bingle, who is a really nice kind of more brown than gray, but it does have gray and brown highlights in it. We have Blast, who is her sister and almost the same color. Brooklyn, very nice soft brown. And then there's Batty, who has kind of a grayish brown, and we'll pick that VM out. You don't need that. And then over here, this is probably super soft. I put 2 lamb fleeces together to make this. They are actually brother sister. And I got this really nice gray, and it's super soft because it's their lamb fleece. So got a bunch of those. And then there's Sterling. He's one of our rams. He kind of started the copper brown adventure here. He brought that with him from Pennsylvania. All right, so these coming up are kind of more our exotic fibers. So both llamas, we have 2 guard llamas here. So we have Millie. Well, there's still some lady llama who's not here anymore. And Millie. Millie's a dark brown with black highlights. Lady llama is a gray and black llama yarn. And then Star, who is one of our current llamas, she has got this really nice white DK 3-ply 250 yards for 27. And then my bison, I work on a bison project. So I took some bison fiber, mixed it with one of my ewes that's a very similar color to bison. So I have a CVM blend with 40% bison. It's a sport 2-ply. It's 200 yards for $27. And then you come down here and I have camel yarn. So most of the people in this group, I work in the wildlife field. So sometimes I have access to cool stuff. So that's where the bison and the camel come in. So camel 1 is, these are actually not wild. These are from back-doing camels, 2 humps. So they're cold weather camels. So they have actually an undercoat that is amazing for yarn. So this is camel 1. It's a DK 3-ply, 250 yards. Camel 2 is a worsted, which is 3-ply, 200 yards for 34. And then camel 3 is a bulky, and it's 200 yards, 3-ply. And then there's 2 more, a camel. We have a DK camel 4, 200 yards, $34. A little bit different. It's not as soft. Jeez. Okay. Got
Sorry.
it.
No, go
That's
ahead.
okay. All right. So even the bison is soft, which it's usually not, but
Yeah.
I did it with one of my soft dark brown females and it turned out pretty well. Okay, we good to go?
We are. Thank you. Sorry about that.
No, that's okay. So what we'll do now is I have kind of a wall of roving. So we'll kind of go through them by each. Again, it's set up the same way. I have a couple that aren't CVM, so we'll talk about that. And unfortunately, my mill and I sometimes are not on the same page. So the size of the balls are a little bit different. So the price is different, but we can go over that each one real quick. So Erin, this is, unless I tell you it's different, it's all CVM. It's just different animals. So this is Erin, and it's a 5-ounce ball. And he is he's not a white. He's more kind of a off-white with just little specks of brown and black, very faint. And then this one is Cedric and Camden, both of the weathers. And it's kind of got grays and browns, and it's got a little bit of Angora in there, about 20%. So there's only 5 of those, and it's a 6-ounce ball for 25. Then we're going to go to Atlanta. He is 4-ounce balls, and it's kind of a lighter brown with dark brown highlights with a little bit of specking of black. And that's a 4-ounce ball for 24. Excuse us while we juggle, fit through the wall here. And then this one is Camden. He is another weather, and this is a creamy color with specks of black in it. It's a 7-ounce ball for 27. Then here's this little lone ball. Someone needs to buy this. It's one of our first ewes. It's blended with 55% merino. It's a 4-ounce ball for 25, and it's pretty much brown and black. It's very pretty, very soft. I only have one of those, and she just sits there. And then this is the bee girl. So I tried to take some of the animals that are the same color and blend them together to just kind of give me a bigger group of roving. So that's why it's called the Bee Girls. It's Balti and her half sister, and it's pretty much just a dark brown. And that's a 6-ounce ball for $24. And this is Cedric, the other weather, 4 ounces, $24. And this is pretty close to white. It's not white, but it's kind of a creamy color, little bits of dark hues, but it's probably the closest to white that I have. And then over here is Brewer, 6-ounce ball, $27. And he is a kind of mid-brown, kind of tan, but a lot of dark highlights because he has his markings in front are very dark. And then this one down here is one of the sheep with some merino, silk, and angora. I only have 4 of those, and that's a 6-ounce ball for $34. And then down here is a blend of one of the weathers and some camel. So it's 30% camel, 70% CBM. It's a 6-ounce ball for $34. I only have 5 of those left. And then this is 100%. Oh, wait, no, sorry. This is a camel CBM 50-50 blend, 4-ounce ball for $27. And I probably have about 10 of those. This one is 100% camel, 4-ounce ball, $30. And I have a lot of this, lots and lots. Down here, we have Jacob sheep. Again, neighbors and I all collaborate. So I have, it comes, she put all of them together. Well, I put them all together. So we have some lighter gray, some darker gray. These also qualify for Shave 'em to Save 'em. And I probably have about 13 of those. And it's a 4-ounce ball for $24. And then this, there's only 2. If you're a new spinner, you probably shouldn't buy this. This is a llama roving, and it's from Lady Llama, 4-ounce balls, $24. I know, don't be shocked. I am not a spinner. I'm a knitter, and I would love to learn to spin, but the sheep has other ideas, and I barely have time to knit in the summer. I have to wait for the winter nights to knit. So I only have 2 balls of that left. So that, and then we have this ugly stuff. I'll admit it, it's ugly. This is one of my experiments that went wrong. So, you know, like I said earlier in the video, I don't like scraps to be wasted. So I thought, wouldn't this be cool to try to take all my scraps and make roving? Now, if you are a needle felter, if you want to make dryer balls, anything like that, this is your jam. If you're a spinner, no. If you're doing some wool projects with kids, this is your thing. So they're 4-ounce balls, they're $15. And I have a ridiculous amount of this. So, and if you buy 4, I'll even give you a deal, because that's how much I have. I have a lot. It's taking up a lot of room in my yarn store. Okay, I don't know what happened, but I'm going to keep going.
Still recording.
It's still recording. Okay, so now we're going to go to the worsted 3-ply. We have a few, this is all more worsted. So there was worsted on that front table, and now we have the racks. So we have, they're all for the most part 3-ply, 250 yards, $27. And I will just go through name and color so we can kind of get this back on track. So Boston is a really nice gray. He's one of our weather, or one of our rams. And he has a really, this is a great gray and would go amazing with Kit, which is right here. This is a dark gray, again, worsted 3-ply. Then right here we have Brooklyn, and hers is a really softer, kind of not dark brown, but a shade or 2 above dark, below dark brown. I have quite a bit of that. Willow, I have a lot of Willow, and she is a very sturdy brown, your kind of average brown. Then we get to this one, and this one is very popular. I took a brother sister together again and put them together. One is brown, one is dark brown, and this is probably the closest I have to black. Again, putting 2 sheep together to see what colors I get. So I have a fair amount of these, and this would also go really nice with Kit's gray or Boston's brownish gray. So you can see those together. So if you're making any kind of outerwear, there you go. And then we're gonna go over here to finish off the worsted. So this, we have Chickadee, a really nice gray. And we have Camden. We only have 3 of these. And a little kind of more gray. Then Sterling is kind of the copper color that we talked about earlier. And then we have Piglet, and she is my smallest sheep. Even the lambs are bigger than her. But every couple years I breed her when I feel brave, and she has 2 lambs, but she has amazing yarn. I don't even make roving out of it because I love her yarn so much, but I never get a lot. So right now, I just got this. So I have like 7 skeins of this, but this can also be used for baby. And then Winter, it's really hard to get white sheep in this breed. And I kind of rejoice and cry every time I have a white lamb. Most farmers have white lambs everywhere. But so right now, this is the only 2 white yarn I have. These are worsted, 250. Then we go to Windy, and Windy, this is a dark gray, and it's soft, but it's kind of a firmer yarn. And then we have Clemente, and this one is actually mixed with alpaca. So it didn't turn out like I thought. I think Clemente is pretty dark, and I mixed her with kind of a golden alpaca, hoping to get some of the highlights. And we don't have the right light for this, but there are some golden highlights in here from the alpaca. And then over here, do you have any outdoorsmen in your life? This was another one of my little science projects. This is 2 sheep. I made a barber pole yarn out of this. I have like 12, 14 skeins of this. So it's 2 different sheep. And it is, this one is a 2-ply. And it's kind of a brown and a white. And then there's Atlanta, if you're making kind of any fingerless gloves, things like that. Perfect yarn for this. I only have 4 of these. And then Blast's pretty gray. We got a bunch of this. We got about 9 or 10 of these. And hers is really a nice gray. And then over here, Norris, who's our big ram. It's my husband's favorite sheep. It's a lot of people around here's favorite yarn. So right now I only have 2. It makes things like this. And also you see some of the shawls hanging. Those were all made by Norris. And then,
He's very talented.
yes, yeah, he knits it himself. This is Elizabeth. She's the mother of a fair amount, has triplets the last couple times. So I only have 2 of hers, and her roving sells out all the time. So I'm getting some more made. And then we have Bazooka. So Bazooka is a brownish gray, more of a denser yarn. I have like 12 of those. And I think almost on time. So what I would say, again, if you missed the beginning, is not real sure how all this works. So what I was going to do is just, if you have questions, you can contact me through the HarvestHill Acres Facebook page. You can DM me. There is an album, if you look through the Facebook page, that has all the items for sale. There's probably some duplicates. And I don't know if the newest is on there. And if it is, it's at the very end. So tonight, when everything is over, I will try to add a few more pictures to that album. So then it would actually show up on the feed. So that would make it easier for you. And I believe they're going to put the direct link to the album on the Zoom meeting.
Yep, I put it in the chat.
Okay, perfect. And I haven't had the chat on because there was a lot going on here. So
No worries.
okay, so if you need to get a hold of me, and I'll just put it out here because everybody has my phone number pretty much across the country. Wildlife Field, everybody knows your number. So my phone number is 713-244-4184. So you can also text me and I can send you pictures from my phone if you wanted a little bit more clarity. Or again, check the Facebook album. And if there's any questions, were there any questions that I need to answer before we're done?
Not in the chat so far, but I was just going to mention that your contact information is on the North Country Fiber Fair page for
Okay.
HarvestHill Acres. So it has your email and, or has phone number and the Facebook page and where you're located and stuff.
Perfect. I remember that, but I think I looked at it a
Yeah.
long
No worries.
time. So I guess, thank you very much for your help and helping me through this. And I guess I'll be doing this again next week
Yeah.
and we'll be better at it.
Well, my fault. I thought I had correctly logged in, but it wasn't. So it booted us, but apologies for that. Thank you very
Oh,
much, Diana.
Okay, thank you.
Appreciate it. Bye-bye.
Okay, bye everybody.